especially when it comes to intercity movement. Now, private sector and space dandy, and perhaps there is an argument that, oh, let the private sector grow. But government not really they pay much attention to transportation crisis in this city, probably because of the minister and leadership.
In fact, I don't know if this minister get speech impairment. I don't ever see almost all of in tenure, in deputy, done it.
Yeah, and I remember Salik was his deputy for a long time.
Another person he placed him, I think it's Kalon. It was, I mean, somebody came as a deputy. Always let me to do the job for her.
I think Rex Bonafa. Yes.
At some point, that even members of the government bench they make it ridiculous. Please tell your minister that we want to see him, even the speaker. So the guy was like of no, I mean, with no disrespect to him personality. I mean. Them man, I don't know if that conference will be there attend.
And that's the thing. So if you see, for example, how a minister who is supposed to lead a whole ministry should really move policy, advocate, and all of that, but even in public delivery they struggle, then you begin to ask, away from the public, what is he really doing really? Because there are critical transportation issues in this city or in other places, but we don't even get to understand what's happening. So
me just only as about service delivery, you go begin for questioning people and they wait and say you someone in a parliament a committee, but we are in the man not they appear. So you begin probing to run. So for me, let me just say this as a bullet point. Any minister are not competent enough for pilots a bill on a ministry or any department or agency under it, for tin up and take questions, for argue points. Not so necessarily for doing, but you forget that audacity, you forget the character, you forget the control, because we did not make that wealthy. For talk, I mean, don't see minister them Ghana, they make like they're not full. Passing for the teller, went for tinap, went for waiting. You know, yeah, it's a protocol, but you for that now one basic rule. You for able to get in business for doing the house. We get ministry then, but then 20 something or 30. Where some of the minister for let you see themselves for go table agreement now work. Let's talk about loan. You will see some of those ministers when it's about budget. When you see them collect that couple, even if you call them, perhaps past certain times you see the PAC get for drag some of them. And much of that we will not even see like the last parliament. Yeah. So for me, your parliamentary relationship, now one way maybe they use to measure you. So like Rex, because it might be influential internally and the region is coming, yes, somebody competent will also come up from that region there. And we will equally be playing a role because, of course, they might want to compensate him for his work, cabinet alone, for his work in that ministry. But definitely, he will talk about the new airport as one of his legacy. Although he not going to talk about the Lunge Bridge, unfortunately. Well, I don't say so it because we not to President Bio, but certainly, it will get things of points about in oral, in personal output itself.
And for all you know as well, behind the scene, we don't know how much he contributed to all of those things that we are now seeing, whether at the airport or, for example, this new project at the city, the Iron project, and things like that.
Even if we don't know, he is the political leader.
Yes.
So at least we'll get that credit today. But personally, I mean, that man was a laughing stock in the last parliament.
Lawrence, what do you think about Minister of Energy? Should we keep Kanja?
Before I just want to much more about the transport ministry. Now, one of the constraints we're very glaring with young people at the face. Now, the cost for them, keke, them bike. You know, young people are into transportation. Young people, many young people in the wind are their own source of livelihood. That you understand. I can tell you, say for now, keke is about 81 million euros. I understand that now only one company, they get the brand name TVS. Now only Shalima, for instance, now for car TVS.
Now other minister, you only the.
I'm coming. You know why I try to point out these things? The monopoly way that they established in the market, they affect the livelihood of young people. And this fall under the transport ministry.
But not directly under his control.
No, I'm coming. It falls under his supervisory role. Now, let's take another issue back.
And the mess at SLRSA as well is something with Ministry of Transport.
Not just go to maritime. Sierra Maritime Administration. Maritime has been a mess over the years, even before this government.
It's one of the most comboed authorities.
You get me? How many executive directors that they don't change in that ministry for corruption-related, charges? Yeah, in the last 5 years, about 3 or 4. Mm-hmm. And then we don't sack one charge and go court and count and back again and all of that stuff. So we don't see that consistently. And when you look at that one, all that affects the country economy, right? Now to the energy sector. Kanja go on for bluff. Afterwards, there has been, rightly so, expansion. Access to electricity has expanded over the years. More people now have access to electricity. Even rural connectivity as well, it will expand, it will increase. And some of those projects, now, especially the installation of the solar, we they call it, some of those are donor-driven projects. Yeah? Some of which are counterpart funding, some of which are funded by the government of Sierra Leone. And of course, are made to understand that the MCC Compact, largely, they come for actually address the electricity crisis, the electricity situation. I was told that for change all the rotting decade-old poles and wires and what have you, all the cham connection, they always say. That was what I was told. We wait to see whether that is the case. And but by and large, Kanja, I think, say now one of the person we don't work with the president. And I think it don't make some gains, because if you look at this election, particularly in rural communities, why was the SLPP able to garner more votes, especially in the northwest? Because they're able to push their electricity projects there. I mean, even to a week or 2 weeks before the election, the president will still go and commission light this tongue, light Moyamba. You will recall, go light Yanda, go light. So it don't be central in that. As to the cost, and with regards why we still
sustainability.
Sustainability again is another, and we CAPA relation vis-a-vis the EDSA situation. Why is it that EDSA is they pay for light, but EDSA not able to generate enough revenue for pay for the light? Whether they take under and give where would they pay for them? That's a whole ball game in itself. That means to back again, the EDSA itself at some point was mad, with corruption allegations, where the ACC may get for stepping and all of those things. But by and large, Kanja don't try. Kanja has worked very well in the last 5 years, and I think one of the people that wouldn't highly likely get for retain. Yeah.
All right. Let me hear from our listeners as well. Let me hear your own. Which minister you think performed so badly that you think President Bio should not consider reappointing them? 79994993. Don't forget, keep it to a minute, and let's just stick to the point without necessarily attacking anybody in personality, because we are having a very, very elevated conversation here about these problems. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Jawad.
Yes, name also the call we from.
I'm Mohamed at call from Ahmad.
Mohamed, you're welcome.
Yeah, very interesting program. Once bodies illegal there, so they appoint follow them in a different departments there. When you see them assume the position.
Oh, Mohamed, I think we lost you there. All right, call us again, 79994993. I want to hear your thoughts. Which minister do you think will be on your chopping block? Good morning. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, name also the call we from.
Well, I call from Abubakar. I come from Batos.
Abubakar, go on.
Yes, sir. The Kanjas is also women bother with the for talk. Batos so now on TV media watching live. So Kanjas is saying that one of the best minister. Well, for me, Minister of Trade, I will let the government not take again.
Okay.
Not easy for me actually. But Kanjas is saying, let God bless her. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you very much. Everybody get your own favorite. So somebody they put up Minister of Trade for eviction, Dr. Henga Sandy. 79994993. Good morning.
Yeah, Mr. Jawad Mohammed again.
Yes, Mohammed again. Yes, we lost you there. Go on.
Yes, as I believe.
Mohammed, I think you line get problem because the call just dropped again. But call us again. Try. Let's hear your thoughts. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes.
Good man from John Lane.
God
continue for giving peace. Yeah. And Minister of Agriculture.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Minister of Agriculture.
Oh, Minister of Agriculture.
Talk about. Yes, sir. We're not supposed to do it. Before that, let Pastor Mamu Kandi. We need the way forward. And let me say, Minister of Transport back again. Now, other one, we know for DJ back again. So we need an helper. And let me talk about the way forward. May God continue for giving peace. God
All right. Thank you very much. Minister of Transport and Minister of Agriculture. Yes. 799949993. Let's go. Good morning.
Hello, MJ.
Yes, Johnny, go on.
Yeah. I think when we assess the role of some ministers, then waiting them before do the thing and for do, like then shortcomings or pitfalls. We also never for be oblivious of external factors, because we had some serious problem na the global way will impact the performances of some ministries, like fertilizer, the Ministry of Agriculture. So we get fertilizer from Russia. We had this crisis. There was an embargo on that.
Yeah, but if we get fertilizer from Russia, not necessarily influence the corruption we go to happen pan fertilizer and salon.
No, at the camp, there was a contract given, procurement contract given to somebody for procure fertilizer. When we are talking about this.
All right. I'm afraid. Thank you very much. We don't run out of time, but let me just pick two more calls, 799949993. And yes, we'll talk about those external factors, but that external factors, no, it's not the all and it's not everything we really affect some people in performance. Good morning. Yeah, Moriba, go on.
Thank you very much for my brother. The Minister of Education, Minister of Energy, they are the state.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Moriba, move away from Musa Ide so we will get you clearly.
Hello?
Yes, go on now. All right, Moriba, I'm afraid you have to call us again, 799949993. Call us again and so we'll hear your thoughts clearly in terms of which you want to say. Good morning.
Hello?
Yes, hello.
Morning.
Yes, name us, where you call we from?
Yes, Wisdom. I call from the Saudi.
Wisdom, go on.
I just get like way I go out for a comment and some of the ministry I believe they not for Canada. One of the ministry I would like for recommend the Minister of Education, one of the greatest ministry, and the second Minister of Health, Lembi Akin. I respect her. Then as well as the Minister of Energy.
Yeah, we are done with the good yesterday.
The Minister of Trade, Minister of Transportation, Political Affairs. They don't do nothing. Fuck all they don't do.
All right. One last call and then we'll come straight to me guess them here. So we'll wrap up 799949993. Let me hear your thoughts on who will be on your chopping block. Good morning. Yeah, name us, where you call from? Hello?
Yeah, my friend from your village.
Yes, be audible for we a bit.
Okay, my friend from your village. Yeah.
All right, I'm not sure if you want to talk. Please be audible for me when you call as well. Eddie Grant here on our Facebook page. They say, Aeon Ministries, them we think, I think didn't perform well as follows. Minister of Internal Affairs, they say the head should go. Minister of Agriculture, the head should go. Trade, Transport, and Social Welfare as well, they on Aeon list. And Emmanuel Bionga as well on Facebook page, they say Agriculture should go. Minister of Transport, Minister of Trade, Minister of Internal Affairs, Emmanuel Bionga as well, they didn't the list. So there are common ministries where they appear now, so many people in lists. And that's something as well. Suleiman Kuroma, they Istanbul, they watch me from Istanbul live, and they say a lot talk about the ambassadors. Unfortunately, we might not have time for that, but let me just squeeze this call through. Good morning.
Let me start. Mohammed from Emma again.
Yes, Mohammed again. Yes, I really hope your line not drop again.
Yeah, just like what I say, some of these leaders there who they appoint for let them take different positions in our department, there. We they assume the position, then they feel like say them big for Sierra Leone. They need agree for accept any interview from the journalists there. They need to come out. The one the way they're supposed to take responsibility for investigate all the departments, and they need to take action, especially the ACC. Because some corruption thing that they go on and some department there, they need to even put attention to themselves. Because why?
Right.
They feel
okay. Thank you very much, Mohammed. Unfortunately, we run out of time. But Melvin, I think Minister of Tourism, they don't do more tourism than the ministry itself. And that's a concern for me, because I mean we are speaking about this, that I feel like much of her focus has really been Dr. Emmanuel to press about international tourists. Locally, there's so much to be done, and the focus is not even there at the moment.
Well, I beg for differ. I think it don't bring visibility to that ministry. That ministry can be one old dilapidated ministry where people will not be known but at the end and day. So it bring life. Yes, of course, it don't do a lot of waiting purported international marketing, tourism marketing of the country. But again, for me, one thing will stand out with Dr. Pratt for the fact that she was able, as a woman, to not only hold that, but for example, the Budapest rally. That is a novelty. Nobody never do it. So for me, I think I will keep her for that job there, not only because now woman, but to get something for sure. A woman who I will recommend for a change is that of the Minister of Fisheries. Emma Kowa.
I almost forgot.
I think fish now it don't dare past chicken, and for that simple reason.
And it has been like that for a long time, despite the huge stock of fish we catch locally.
For the fact that fish now the market we used to get mina common one, not common again. You ask yourself, what is the ministry doing? They don't count so many they don't count so many ideas, activities, lockdown. Closed season, open season, but yet still, the way the season fish close, when the season close, it's like where you open, it's like where you close. Where you close, you know the even difference. So for the fact that fish not there in the market, I think say yes. We go one for say yes. For me, it needed replacement. If now woman, fine. But let be also a specialist in that ministry, not necessarily.
And these are specialist ministries. We can't just put any politician there.
You need to forget idea about the fisheries sector. These are specialized sectors, beginning from how boats then they operate, how fishermen they operate, what kind of technology, the modern technology. You get a lot for doing. Not see innovations, unlike waiting you see like Senge, where maybe they say forget double promotion. In fact. And there is no innovation in that ministry. And above all, the commodity itself,
the commodity
where they supervise, not affordable to the ordinary people. Ask yourself how much person they eat squeeze. My favorite is snail. Pass I go work at the sun, go down Dove Court, and even at that safe, for let you get that dry fine snail. Imagine, don't you get people there? Some man, all man get in delicacy, but some man want to buy even delicacy now. Chicken wings, chicken tongue,
and we are importing these things. And this is the thing as well, Lawrence. We kind of the bar for a lot of people as well. So even when they talk about local products and we are going big into agriculture, things like fish, where we the catch now we own water, are much more expensive than chicken or they import into the country. Yeah. It's so difficult to reconcile this fact in our heads.
So that brings us to the question where somebody will talk about external factors. How does external factor, play in this whole fishery, for example? No, because we now with the catch now they export fish. There was a performance audit done on the management of fisheries product in 2022, wherein they highlight series of anomalies in that ministry where the audit service pick up. Interestingly, two of us now been published that story the way the minister called, begin vex, begin where they call. Imagine, even in your, because they thought that we don't like blemish with him, we don't lie by the ministry or don't go fabricate story. Even in your vote controllers, finance officer, they not ever read the audit that reports there. Even when the report come out, we write to story, where they call, they inquired from us, where did you get your facts? Where they call, I refer them to the audit report, because it was a performance audit, we can in between the year at any time. Then I even send a soft copy, I refer them to the audit service website as well. They're not one day either. So I had an opportunity to meet. She was like questioning, you know, I'm to fetch me at this ministry, we didn't call. So when I stood up to talk, all of them were just quiet. So I explained to them in details. Imagine at that level, you
they don't even understand.
In fact, not even know when in this audit report concerning your ministry. It's pathetic. It's sad. And recently there is this report on our international media publisher where they talk about the lack of our government authorities now they do well for protect we artisanal fishermen them we own local fishermen them from exploitation by the big guys the
Chinese
trawlers, the Koreans and you name them, and that's they actually lead to what loss in fish stock now the market, and it also they increase the cost for the products in the markets now. So all of these put together, I can bet back to them not even give that report there. So you get people away when they're not a read. Certain ministry where they certain even as long as you have that responsibility, you should know what people are saying. What international media they say concerning ministry, what local media they say, because nowadays you go for highlight some of them pitfalls and probably sometimes you directors are not bring account to your notice. But once you read and see them, you're able to call them and question them, you're able to address the issues. But they are not doing it. I was also told that in January, December, January this year, they increased some of the license fees or whatever where they look at boots money, they increase them by them. So they affect them. So they said now what they go catch, they said they increase the cost of fish.
Not even
so all of that in it, and you get as per the law, they trawlers there, they catch, therefore declare the stock before they package and like what they call and certify for go export. Are they actually declaring full disclosure? Are they actually making full disclosure? So all of these things, we need systems and processes in place. At some point, maritime, now only when I write about that, where then location them for the surveillance, the water, where they call, they not even get the required equipment where they forget.
And that also Minister of Transport.
Yes. So now only, I know this reference, now only when I put that out, then go try after they don't do several procurement processes because this person is not to in preference, so they block them. Then they not to in preference, so not get kickback, they block them. So until I put that story out, now about a month or two later, now somebody called me say, hey, that story be right, it don't yield dividend, they don't do this, they don't do this, they don't do this. Okay. I felt fulfilled.
And I think one last one quickly, guys, briefly. Minister of Trade, he named on the cow, he named the play, and a lot of who call us them actually, and those out on Facebook as well. Trade. What do you think? Because if we talk about external factors, Ingo get arguments say external factors perhaps and don't lead to what's happening in the market, but you also think there's a lot more that he could have done.
I think somebody from the NGC could do better in that ministry. You remember NGC, they did a market survey.
That kitchen economics. What did that ministry go far beyond kitchen economics?
I think, well, that is where we're getting it wrong. Until you do the kitchen economics and see how it reflects on the plates and pans of people, you cannot understand the essence of trade. Trade is basically, using business to transform lives. So if you not count that kitchen economics and know what is being bought, what is being sold, how much is being sold, what are the frameworks that are influencing all the factors, you need trade not to abstract ministry. Now ministry you need hands-on experience. Yeah, you go say you need a trade, a technocrat, but you need to be a market expert. You need somebody with a professional background in that sector. And for being person from the diaspora, just because a carry title doctor for me, I think that was for me a mismatch. You need a common touch. So yes, unlike
and this is the thing as well. I think in deputy when this woman will be run with Cameron Bad in running.
Yes, I like Cameron.
Yes. Yeah. She was very central in settling that concern with business people when they introduce the NRA machine them.
Yeah, because
but
they're gonna field.
Yes, and this is the thing. And I've been in a forum as well where the vice president himself spoke that if he was the minister of trade on Thursdays or Fridays, he actually go in and mark it for understand along the chain of transmission, waiting really the high price of commodities as well. So you feel he is too distant from the market.
He lacks common touch. It needs to be some academic or some presidential advisor on something where perhaps he specializes on. But that ministry, perhaps Dr. Dennis Bright could do better in that ministry.
I'll be just one for mention that. Seriously.
Well,
seriously.
Whether if we're talking about a broad-based government,
besides Dennis Bright being a former NGC man, or besides him retiring or taking a pause from politics, I think he has the competence, and if given the willingness for. Remember when he championed the youth sector under Pakaba?
There is also a lot of political will that has to go into that particular appointment.
Well, President, the other one for say he want for live by example of peace and national unity and cohesion, and according to what people they say, a broad-based government. You need to bring certain people on board, and then can people and
people who really don't disagree with you publicly.
Of course, those people are normal. They can answer you yes, sir. And President BO for the president bid now fine because I go to go so, and anything they do now get for affect the image and legacy, and how you get for sitting at the country or not sitting at the country after. So I think say you need to get good pick, and if you don't forget good pick, you know for only limits to pauper or to SLPP. You have good Sierra Leoneans, they were not so even politicians, them way you only need to check them CV and track record and do. I mean, they are one bigger, and then diaspora, that they can add people and suffer.
Okay, let me just quickly ask you to wrap up. Victor Danema for trade and transport must go. Ansu Masakoi, trade and transport must go. Then Ibrahim Dawood, they also say trade, agriculture, and transport as well for go. So the name they play, but unfortunately, this is where we have to draw the curtain down on the show this morning. Stay with me.
Honestly, one caller say therefore substitute the trade minister for Pastor Mamu.
Agriculture minister.
All right, agriculture. Thank you very much, gentlemen. And stay with me. When we come back, we're going to talk to the judiciary because apparently DENSEF gets some major reply to APC, the allegations about how the judiciary have been performing so far, especially related with them cases. This is the Epic Morning Show.
Shake it to the music, not so you and then get stressed. Every day you wake up and then say good morning, you don't touch stress. That's not for we back where we go. Sleep and wake now by calling power. How the government they mess up, and so mentally we the messed up. The woman then they act up, then say all the man then they effort. Man then they act up, then say the money business now not talk. If you get a nice, you are feeling what I'm feeling. The rhythm is top and nice, are you feeling what I'm feeling? See, I'm looking nice, you're feeling me, I'm feeling you. Na 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 na, na na na, na na na, na na na. Me no want no stress, 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 me no want no stress. stress, oh no. Me like Joe every day now, me pockets are on shama. What a feeling. Million, I'm a million, still I get some nice.
Good morning and welcome to your midweek edition of Epic Sports Update right here on Epic Radio 99.3 FM and on Slik TV on channel 37. It's a wet Wednesday morning inside the month of July, but nonetheless, we're going to go straight into action as me with Epic Sports Update this Wednesday morning. My name is Nigel George. Let me go straight into action. Let me take with first update wherein we see SLFA officially they kickstart the ordinary congress today inside the Radisson Blue Mamioko Hotel na Aberdeen. Well, it seems like the football parliament meets today and there are lots of things same way then get for discuss today inside this ordinary congress wherein we get for see laws them being made, laws them being set and everything so far we get for deal with Sierra Leone football. And as well we see Real Madrid finally done the try for complete paperwork and document them. Forget Adagula inside the inside Los Blancos where na Real Madrid and stadium for see how they go turn this particular player into a Real Madrid player. And as well we see Christian Pulisic still wait for AC Milan for try for make a move for this particular striker where Chelsea already put na the market as they try for making way inside the Italian Serie A. And as well we see Olympique Lyon self when at the French side they show interest for this particular player. Well, is it that Pulisic we choose the Liga or he chooses Serie A and finally left inside England for make a new waves. And as well we see Tour de France 2023 where Jasper Philipsen don't happen for win this particular 1 year. So it be so interesting because we see the Belgian be cycle and get that kind of chaotic ride towards the final where it'll be so easy for them make a move and try for see how we will become victorious for this year's Tour de France. And as well for end Epic Sport Update wherein we get an interesting one for cricket where in Scotland we get for defeat the host when Zimbabwe by 31 runs for let them make sure they ensure that the hopes of the host for qualify for the ICC World Cup this year been shattered because then we get for defeat them by 31 runs. Well, all this I get for you inside Epic Sport Updates this Wednesday morning. Stay tuned at exactly 11 o'clock where we get for bring come to you a full detail of all waiting get for happen or waiting they happen inside the Sierra Leone Football Association Ordinary Congress inside the Radisson Blue Mamioko Hotel at exactly 11 a.m. with me and Christian Bami Stevens. Until then, Nasomi Nigel George, they say goodbye.
good morning and welcome to Epic Entertainment Buzz. Today is Wednesday and I want to say WCW to all the women that really listen to me this morning. Okay, we can't talk about that anymore on the drive at 4. But first, to what in the happen now, we International Entertainment Buzz. We see say music producer with turn singer winner Sam Clef don't set for drop in first single of the year when a No Money No Love will come out on the 17th of August. And we see say Nigerian Joycey when a Nigerian will be apply for the Guinness World Record for massage for 72 hours. 72 hours for break the Guinness World Record as the highest massage person collapse just on in way for reach that particular Guinness World Record breaker day. So it collapsed. A video become online. She say at 1:45 a.m. in the morning hours, whilst it continue with a massage, it be able for collapse just after 20 hours where it done they do the massage. And another one that we see say Davido in Timeless album don't get certified in Nigeria, and 6 songs them with inside the album when are unavailable, Champion Sound, Feel Away, Over Them, and No Competition. These 6 songs them don't get a certified in Nigeria because they don't play and they don't get hit on all social media handle. Omale don't maintain number 22 on Apple Music Nigeria for 2 good weeks in song when a reason we just released some few weeks ago. Still then at Apple Music Nigeria. I tell you yesterday said that chart they very difficult for maintain. And we said the video self in unavailable song don't surpass 40 million streams on Spotify, and it don't become one of the highest songs them inside the Timeless album. We don't make hits ever since it released some months ago. And we see say mother of legendary rapper winner Jay-Z don't tie the knot with a long-time lesbian partner na New York City. Interesting, the pictures all over social media for the past 24 hours for inform fans them say this not the latest development. So I'm not going to end without saying happy birthday to King Boss LA. From all of us at ENT, we wish you all the best and we pray that the future will be bright. Now all this I get for you this morning. Don't forget for join me at 4 p.m. for more ENT details. My name na Audra.
Word. Yeah. Avatar. You say you competent, grab the mic with confidence and prove yourself. You say you competent, grab the mic with confidence and prove yourself. You say you competent, grab the mic with confidence and prove yourself. This na cipher, no room for laziness. Offline to feet on real rappers for coming. Make John tell sorry instead for tell me. From then I feel so free, you mind where you they do you think be brutal. Explicit words, no need for the routine. Now just so bang go the beat. I'm not just saying it, so start for study now, ready for slay the beat. Topic then go wide, so play with punchlines and double flip. I conscious and they take notes for MCs where they 8 kill it. Don't need for touch you combine. Make it not end up as snap a kick. The one the week you make more time. Don't come for show yourself like how you go. We don't cover for long, you want show your face. Go hard and play, show them you way you need for tell. Like na dragon you really spray. Oh yeah, the time you need you get with. We make this unique, this opportunity really big. So get your book ready, show you talent, get money. Make mama proud, show the world say you not somebody.
Hello guys, it's CJ Mac, Afro beat artist from Freetown, Sierra Leone, on channel 37, Slik TV, are always they get a nice, So please make sure you watch channel 37 Slik TV all day, every day. It's the Marcus.
If I tell me make I go. If I tell me one time more. If I tell me make I know. Oh yeah. Oh woo. Eddie Pop.
Alright, Mr. Ghanaian people all over the world, as you know, Slik TV is here, channel 37, and whenever country boss based alone, I dey watch Slik TV, channel 37, and I dey better nice. So if you say for better nice like me, tune in, stay tuned. This is country boss.
Good no they tired. You lift me up from the bottom of the fish, from the skies, no my limit, put sugar for me tea. I don't blow. God no they tired. You raise me up from the bottom of the pit, from the skies, no my limit, put sugar for me tea. What they bad mouth me, what they talk about me, what they criticize.
Well, welcome back. This is the Epic Morning Show, and definitely you cannot start your day without a cup of cowbell milk. So wherever you are into, different brands, different flavors as well. If you're a coffee person, there's one for you. If you're just a milk person, there's one for you. So go out there. You get the opportunity for buy wholesale or retail at any of the stores them across Sierra Leone, basically. So we have to greet you again because it's 9 a.m. from our studio clock, and we are going through waiting the papers, and they say on this Wednesday morning, and of course we have to come talk to the judiciary because apparently they also have their own response to the claims APC make regarding how many cases they filed at the judiciary and how much of it was not really dealt with as they were expecting. So we'll talk to the judiciary about that. But let me go through what the papers are saying this morning. Well, good morning, Vandy.
Good morning, Jawad. Good morning, listeners and viewers.
All right. So I start with exclusive newspaper here. APC says no court action. Let's go back to work. President Bio says, please accept results. Alpha Khan pleads.
The very first newspaper with me this morning are the Global Times newspaper, where the banner headline they read say Africa Union declares elections were peaceful, transparent and credible. Re-election victory, world leaders line up to congratulate President Bio. African ambassador congratulates President Bio. Inspector General of Police appreciate police personnel. Now all this day on the Global Times newspaper this morning.
Concord Times, the report, APC catalogues reason behind mistrust in judiciary. 6th Parliament women advocates satisfied with female representation. Arata in court for alleged attack on Aki Sawyer. This and some other stories they on the front page of Concord Times this morning.
On the Aoko newspaper this morning, the banner headline they read say Aki Sawyer mayor-elect drag Arata to court for alleged malicious damage. Judiciary response to APC allegation. Ex-military officer born from family of 30 elect mayor of Makeni. Young 27 years IPAM student is a female parliamentarian elect. Now all this day on the Aoko newspaper this morning.
And then A to Z newspaper, political parties should refrain from violence and hate speech according to the AU Election Observer Mission. Alpha Khan admonished Samara Kamara to accept defeat. I will defeat APC in another election. If another election is conducted, President Bio tells women groups. So these are some of the top stories on A to Z newspaper this morning.
The final newspaper with me this morning are the political newspaper, where the banner headline they read say election petition case APC prefers external judges. New WAS Act on the way, 50-50 and concerned over cyberbullying. Women groups celebrate President Bio. Now all this day on the political newspaper this morning.
On Standard Times, APC will not go to court, Secretary General reveals. That's a big story on Standard Times. And of course, that's a story as well dominates other papers. So people are lining up right now for go congratulate the president, whether in a civil society groups, whether in a women's group, of different bodies, the religious leaders, traditional leaders as well. But we also can talk to the judiciary shortly about those concerns. But quickly, your thoughts on the conversation we get this morning about ministers that perform so badly that President Bill should not consider. Would that be you top two pick maybe?
Well, with regards to the really diverse, because if you look at say ministry where not they perform or where perhaps the president for looking to that ministry there and change. It depends to, I always can talk about budgeting where then they allocate to different ministries name, and away from that again, I want to look from the angle, the priority where the government in itself give a particular ministry. So for example, we see say a lot of callers, a lot of people are concerned, you see them put, then they recommend the Minister of Basic and Senior Secondary School Education, where then they specifically they look at David Sanger and work that we don't do, and the reforms them we don't make another ministry there. So over and by and large, and as well as me they look at the Ministry of Agriculture at this moment, because if the president don't take agriculture as a priority, if the president don't take agriculture this time, say for feed the people, and he want for put more emphasis on them, we know what happened in the past 5 years, where a lot of concerns from the public, concerns from ordinary citizens, them with regards the Tamabo project we been come we will be expected by now salon if we can't feed we serve totally entirely, but at some point if we don't get a headway. But that ministry they need for get a reform, because if President BO1 for concentrate on agriculture, on food or feeding the people, I believe say the leadership of that ministry they need for be changed. Then if we're also talking about the economy, I did talk about issues them way it borders around people. Say for example, we did complain about job, unemployment and all. So I feel say again the Ministry of Youth also for be looked into. Yes, I know say the gentleman don't do well, but I think say need for improve more than having youth in fishing, than having car wash centers, because if you look the vast majority of Sierra Leoneans na youth man them na we boku. So if you did think of the cries of the people also na youth man them, then we go also to the Ministry of Trade, where we all the time go complain things expensive, things they on the high. We need to get local produce. We need to get we own food themselves. Even we do, for example, even we gari them what we they do, a very expensive. If you go to the markets now, you go get gari 3,000, 4,000, and 5,000 for cup.
All right.
But this is not local thing.
I think on the line I will get El Casano. Let me just talk to him about their response to the All People's Congress. Good morning, El Cas.
A blessed good morning, Epic Radio. Good morning, Australians.
I've been reading through the statements Una released. Of course, Una self put Una own cases forward in terms of how many cases APC don't file, how many of them have been settled. But I'm looking at the language as well was very, very strong when Una used in much of the press release itself.
Yes, because we adequately respond based on the dictions where they use for able to make sure say for set the public or incite the public against the judiciary, and also for send a very wrong signal for paint the judiciary wrongly at a time when the Sierra Leoneans, them, both local and international partners, they commend the current leadership way provided by the judiciary under His Lordship Justice Momobatunde Edwards for bringing unprecedented reforms. So what will happen? The politicians, them, they always shift blames. Then the first outside and the carry with their blame, and then people say the judiciary now the side and the way they for scapegoatize for the incompetence or for the unpreparedness or for whatsoever where they will say they not do well. They want come for remotely control the judiciary or politicize the judiciary for their own selfish reasons. So as a result of that, we feel say now it's time for the judiciary for it to step up. Now it's time for the judiciary for it to make sure that we move from being a shrouded institution, an institution that is shrouded in secrecy, to an institution that is transparent, accountable, and open up to the public. Now that's make we come out strongly for make with position.
Now, to the content itself of una press statement, like we say they want for scapegoat ties una, but the content itself, una they say they are saying that a lot of them cases they would the cargo it's either not assigned or they know they assign them quick or they come to conclusion. Waiting at the case where una they put forward for answer to that claim.
The claims of the APC is totally wrong. It's unsubstantiated, and not justifiable, and not make 1 cent. So, which is why, as an institution, we come together as management for able to take a decision with corresponding for able to make sure say the public know with position and not say what in the APC they say not to a malicious. The one presents the Honorable Chief Justice in a very bad light with judges and the judiciary as an institution. An institution who don't work so hard in just short time for able to build up the reputation of the institution for make them an envy within the sub-region.
And I see the number of cases them within file, according to what una put out, una say, and the number of cases that within file, we now 31 cases. And I'm looking at cases them we will not tabulate actually in a press statement. But there is this interesting case about the disaggregated voter data. We will not say not today, then that matter for come up or something according to a press release. Why is that?
Okay, well, that's nothing we don't allude to the fact say what we say now we press release indeed not to the information where the main opposition APC the pedal na social media it shows say not to two because that matter where then they talk about say we not ever assign them. The Honorable Chief Justice we not already assign that matter this year. And including the PMDC matter where they also state.
Yeah, but
we did not assign a long ago.
With the assignment of that particular case, that disaggregated voter data register case. Now assign them to which date?
Listen, when the Honorable Chief Justice they do assignment, for example, the 10th next week, example no more. If now the 10th next week the matter they come, not or 2 days or 1 day they assign them. Because they got give ample time to the other side. Or the judges them also, for the judges they may be able to prepare themselves better. So what they always do is they give enough time before they see the notice they go out. And this one, we not get the situation where we are in them in the go serve. Now we serve the serve. You know why? We want to avoid that misinformation where they go out say the Honorable Chief Justice not sign the matter, will not serve it.
Yes,
not before time.
Not true, so I don't assign. But the problem with the assignment, they are the dates and what they watch.
Not true, you didn't say not true, but the APC say
no. What are they saying?
Assigned.
What I'm also paying attention to, now the dates we wanna assign them, because given that these were election-related matters, it would just be make common sense that una assign them for make them be sat for make them sit down on them before election.
No, that's not the way it works. There are procedures to approach the court, and the court not a court of public opinion. Now that make we say court of facts, court of law. So not to based on opinion. When you say you approach the court, the Honorable Chief Justice don't assign 26 judges them to the electoral court or the elections offenses petitions court. When they approach the court, there are procedures. For example, the Supreme Court matter way for cap. It say within 21 days. When the 21 days not right, the Honorable Chief Justice not the empanel and not the assign the matter. So until the 21 days reach, then you able to say a panel judges and then sit down on the case.
Yeah,
that's in case they come up. Allow me please, because now the public are they talk to.
Yeah.
Now that's my guy.
I need to ask question on their behalf now. So
yeah,
do you not think say you not think say I know I allow you, but along the way as well, I also have to.
But when you interrupt, the public will get what
no. These interruptions are also necessary for getting the right and most pertinent information from you. So when you set an election case for be had on the 5th or the 6th of July, when almost over a week after the general election, which common sense does that make?
Because the the case, when the case come, the 30th June, now the Honorable Chief Justice therefore assigned the matter. The 30th June, ma make you understand. It's not about when, it's about what the law say. It's not about your opinion. It's not about my opinion. The judiciary operations is within the remit of the law. Whatever we do is guided by law. So you know go say when the law say, when they say 21 days, because you first say you look, yes, we look at the expediency, we look at the importance, we look at how important the case is. But we also, when the law says 21 days, we cannot do otherwise, because we are guided by the law. There's nothing for do. If you first say the law says 21 days, if you want come for you, they make an application for able come, you come down to the court for able move you up for move you motion or whatsoever with the application what you don't do before the court. So there's nothing in the do as lawyers. Not so we responsibility as an institution for can educate them or can teach them for can teach them waiting for do. The action must be right before assignment. Then I'm waiting the law say. If the action not right, how you expect the Honorable Chief Justice to assign them?
Okay.
So I want the public where they listen to me also for understand this. This is not about we opinion. This is not about the Chief Justice opinion.
Okay.
This is what the law belong. Even before the Chief Justice they become a lawyer, before they become a judge or they become a Chief Justice.
All right.
Help we another option but for go back.
Yeah. Help we with, for example, the Paul Kamara and Reverend Colson Ture, then case with them file against Dr. Samara Kamara, where they made a challenge in eligibility. That case was una deal with it swiftly. I remember una pull a statement say they not follow the dry procedure. That case was dismissed, as swiftly as possible. So, and as something una mention say APC not give una credit for. But given how swiftly this case was dealt with, couldn't the other cases as well have been dealt with as swiftly as possible? Because one of the premise we want to make when we establish these 26 electoral courts across the country, now that election cases will be seen, will be tried as swiftly as possible.
Yes, we say election cases or related cases will be tried as quickly as possible. But that not preclude the fact say we not for doing within the law. We get law when they guide the operations of the court. So whatever we will do is guided by law. For example, you talk about the Paul Kamara case. Man tell you there are procedures. If they tell you say when you do on 10 days, the other person they respond within 10 days. I think all in total now 21 days. Now, in the issue of Paul Kamara, the young case, they're not being filed their statement of case. So because they're not filing statement of case, it be incumbent on the registry or the Supreme Court registrar. It bring and come to the notice of the Supreme Court judges where the Honorable Chief Justice, His Lordship Justice Desmond Babatunde Edwards, and the President of the Supreme Court. So immediately he send out certificate of non-compliance. I want you understand the difference. This one, they don't file statement of case. And the Supreme Court rules of 1982, they tell you, say, when you don't come, you get for filing the statement of case. The statement of case, now in they tell you why you want come before the court. You know what tell me, say, for example, you interview me on behalf of the public. You they ask me questions for me where demand responses. So the same thing for many the public know we position. The same thing when they come now Supreme Court, they know they assume for you. We know they assume for you. When they first say you for tell me why they come before the court. And when you say they come before the court, you they outline your grievances and your dissatisfaction. But in that case, the Paul Kamara and Reverend Almame Colson Ture, they not do them. And the law say also, the Supreme Court rules, it make them very much clear. This now something where it say when you don't file statement of case, therefore the matter has been struck out.
Okay.
And because the provision with them for comply with the Supreme Court registry or the registrar of the Supreme Court, what thing you do? It been therefore bring and come to the attention of the Supreme Court judges them.
All right.
Where it don't they don't give certificates of non-compliance. At the end of the day, there was an administrative decision where being get for strike them out. So that's not the difference. In Chasmaga and you now, they don't write for assignment and don't not assign them from the 30th, the matter they come up tomorrow.
Right.
In the case of Paul Kamara de Jong, then now for not be even qualified for medicine listener.
All right.
They're not even qualified for assignment. So the public will understand them here.
Thank you very much for talking to us this morning. Like always, we will be in touch.
Thank you so very much. Good.
All right. Dana El Casano, Director of Media and Director of Media for the Judiciary of Sierra Leone, we been the explain their own position as well. So there's a press statement out, of course, then tabulate and explain all of those issues with APC raised in their own press statement where they released some few days back. And so this conversation will continue. Thoughts?
Yes, it's good that the communications person, the director for the justice system, we at the court where Sanodo make mention of a couple of concerns and where the All People's Congress Political Party they raise against the judiciary, and they don't make some point clear that some of the issues there is not about timeliness, but it's about structure, it's about how adhering to the laws. But like how we all they expect say some of the cases them where they come where they deal with very seriously and do them at a point in time where we are in every parties go feel please. Now that same way the people and they expect. But when it comes to law, it's quite different from that one day because some of them cases them you need evidence, and if you don't get sufficient evidence them for they on your table for get that discussion they running, I believe say some of them thing they are now in the judiciary they mention say they unbug the work.
Let's now go to our callers, 79994993. Of course, this morning we started our conversation with ministers that we think President Bill should not consider, and of course, don't also lead me to this conversation about the judiciary response to the All People's Congress. Let's hear your thoughts, 0799949893. Good morning.
Yeah, Lawrence for Alma.
Yes, Lawrence, go on.
Yeah, in the first place, just like Elka say, politicians they call for use the judiciary as a scapegoat. But just Magai is a very senior lawyer, and he knows the provisions we did. Why he knows say from that time when they were call the commissioner, he knows say 21 days. There's few days for make them go into election. Now he go put up that case on that fact. So if he was really ready for making campaign, for making really win the election, if we don't criticize, if we don't put that matter in a court, long, but for make that happen, no, it's not right. And so the All People's Congress, you understand? I believe that always they do. But from that day, so Mabella in matter narcotico, Bagadio, narcotico, and all others, you understand. If you have sufficient evidence, you understand, for heaven's sake, make them go to present the programs and make them stop for the youth for say a judiciary, now this and judiciary, and that. And I believe the EU is highly responsible for what they make that the first statement for say.
Thank you very much. All right, let's hear from more people. 79994993. Keep it 90 seconds, please. So we'll put through as much calls as possible. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, name was where they call we from.
Yeah, this is Mohammed that they call from Freetown.
Yeah, Mohammed, go on.
Yeah, El Casa not talks here because of time. And they remember the same way they go in job APC then convention at Otloko and Makini. The net where they for do the convention, now that net then can go paper and court. They inject the convention instantly. Why they change this time? Because APC can go matter and court, then delay.
Okay, I'm sure Elkas must be listening to that as well. 79994993. Let's hear your thoughts on the conversation we are having here this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Epic.
Yeah, name was where they call you from.
Omar Bouncing Court.
Omar Gon.
Yeah, with regards to the ministries, for me, I go for the trade ministry and that of the political
affairs.
I feel like they not do nothing, so now that make a system up. But again, about to make a claim because Melvin and the other guy we talk about the Ministry of Fisheries. Certain things that all need for take into consideration when it comes to some ministries. You get the peak season there when it comes to fish. Then they do the fish and they lay egg where you get enough fish. Then they weigh the fish and they day in the multitude where like fish and then a market. And I believe that the availability of fish and market, when they say you don't go market, you don't get fish for it. Fish are always there. The only thing you go tell me about fish, you go tell me say the price they can hike up. Now I tell you about the peak season. And then the fish they sending the fish in the day.
Thank you.
And the natural, sending the fish and the lay egg, where you get for close. I know they can get close season.
All right.
So I got one from me that and declare, sir.
Thank you very much. And of course, the jury is out whether that explanation will suffice for the minister for keeping job. But like we say, we don't have to make the decisions, thank God. It's all on President Bill. Good morning. Hello.
Yeah, good morning, Jawad.
Yes, I'm talking from Central.
Thank you very much, my brother. I want to continue for telling thank you for this good work. Now, God no go pay una, no go pay una.
Thank
you. We go do the bless you no more. Yeah, more epic. You don't bring light to this journalism, more this electronics media. I listen to the ministries. The first ministry, the cabinet colony for go. Cabinet colony, this mess within our SLRC, in a one contributing factor, cabinet colony, where they want bad deal, where they suffer the masses of this country right now. You go there, you go increase transportation renewals, then the how do you call it, the service, you know what nothing. This old service better, far past this new one than car increase for. Then to this APC issue, I just don't have to rest. Then decided that they go court. Now their opinion, but me see say divide day between them for them what they offer 10. Because the one they elect, they spend money for get symbol, they spend money for campaign, and they want to serve the country. So division day in that one day, so say they go attend. So I want to tell them thank you because they consider saloon pass them party. Thank you very much to the member of parliament they elect local councils. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Well, they might be considering that. Whether they will go through with it, time will tell. Anyway, let's hear from more people here. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, name where you call from?
Abdul from Regent.
Abdul, go on.
Regent.
Go on. Will it get you?
Yeah, I commend you for the program because I don't find out so many people now, when they listen. Keep it up.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, what I want to comment on, now love the business of the APC to the APC. We all are Sierra Leonean. We all understand what's in the ground. I'll cast within the communication wing of the SLPP. So taking the mantle of leadership now the judiciary for giving information, people can understand now party picking. We all are Sierra Leoneans. You yourself when a journalist, you know what they talk. You know what talk no more. Thank you for the critical questions and the program. God bless you.
All right. Thank you very much. Let's hear from more people here. 79994-993 concerns about what we are having. Let me hear your thoughts about the things that we talk about. Good morning.
Brother.
You're welcome, sir.
Yes, always blame the public when they praise, when they give this kind of accolade. All the radio stations, they go so far from where this election time begins. They all don't close. Now we are no more the enlightening. Me not they go to this, judiciary, this and that. We all know how the judiciary they work in this country. Their ministries, them, who they condemn, but co-op them. Just like you co-panel been talk, it depends on how this funding they come to Boko of their ministries then. It depends on how double the institution then and this country they make sure not the war. Now we take the political affairs ministry. How political affairs ministry they work, where we get PPRC, political registration, when then all the political parties, any case, now they can go. Nobody, they go to the political affairs ministry. So then nobody go blame them for say they not do their work. Then the funding, my own ministry where I've been condemned yesterday say enough for existence Western area ministry.
Oh yes, and that's something I forget totally, self.
That ministry enough for exist at all. They not get any work for do. Then they talk about for reduce some of the ministries there. This now have been the cry of everybody, including Dr. Kande Junkela.
Right.
But now they don't form this alliance. Now again, a battery of people where you want let them appoint. How this appointment go take away the
Thank you very much.
Go high. Thank you.
All right, and like I said, these are the days you will not envy the president in job at all. He has a lot of headache because he need for bring a lot more people on board than usual, and then of course he gets the usual people that he also has to satisfy. But let's hear your thoughts on these issues. And yes, at someday we'll have to ask, what is Ministry of Western Area still doing? And but good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, name us how they call we from.
Yeah, they come up from Lungi, and they call from Lungi. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So please, I beg, after this program, I want your number personally. For what you got to try for talk is that Ministry of Labor, na pull and commodity, let them pull and commodity. Ministry of Trade, no work. Because what you do, the way things from the rise, rocket style, they're not able to control at all. That's not one. And teachers then, will they suffer? Imagine when they pay parliamentarians then. Then they pay teachers then the money no but nothing. Even only the prices then they go, they add to the money, no reflect. So no they work, let them pull and commodity. Going back to APC, really sad because all the institutions then, APC not believe again, police will not believe, so yeah, I not believe. When it comes to the judiciary, you not believe. All thing not believe. We know say they had one. We know say they're not glad when they lost the election. But please, we they beg them, do it, make them call us. No boycott. They boycott, they go regret them. Make them come, make them work with the government, you know. Maybe another song will carry go before them. But do it, we they beg them, make them heart full. May not bring no trouble business, no nothing. But them move, find the way forward. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you very much. Yes, I'm biased. I give the woman an extra time, so we're going to encourage more women for call. 79994993. Let's go and take a few more calls. Let me see how many more minutes we get. Let's put through 2 calls. Good morning.
So the invite for people invite you?
Yes.
Okay.
Alabi, welcome.
Thank you very much. You see, honestly, I always talk about ministries and ministers where they must sack. There are certain people within our ministries where most of the ministry, either they are much more knowledgeable than the ministry under which then they, or they know they receive the kind of support for perform outside and they. And I said this yesterday, I'll say it again. One such minister, the Minister of Labour, we will know that particular, but we know exactly how much work he don't do in the teaching service and all from what he been doing. So it's better than that. Yesterday, but I mean, talk about our ministry. I want to talk about that today. That ministry, those are the ministers that have pulled. That the ministry going on for the Ministry of Western Region. That ministry in a day enough for this.
And you see that point where you mentioned about some people not belong some place. For example, the person who did in Nabila Tunis has far more potential for do well in some other ministry than where she is.
But because of Usa, you don't see irrelevant.
Yeah.
That's the point. So I think the president has a headache of really putting people where they should be, not putting people because they could put them, but putting people where they should be so they can deliver. Thank you.
If he was a coach, then you would say he gets a major headache at the moment for setup in lineup. But let me take this last call and then we will wrap it up here. Good morning.
Hello.
Name us where the call from.
This is a consultative in Agorich.
Okay, go on.
Yeah, Jawad, good morning. Thank you. I tell you now, all the journalists and folks in the country, thank you for my hard work.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Jawad, we get problem in this country with Sierra Leone and them. One don't really understand. We don't make the devil fine. We the devil the dance. Now we be the devil them. We tell people and the people who inside the devil. Now this is so. Today we cry the judiciary. Anybody that's slap in this country and jogging post and outside they go. Now we get for respect to institutions then. We hold people accountable. If we don't even go demonstrate against president, then the president allocates each and every responsibility to ministries. What in the Ministry of Trade they for what thing they plan? What do they do? Why we not going to Ministry of Trade for go demonstrate against everybody if you're not competent? Step down. That was a big problem. If we don't begin to crowd institutions them, we not try for value. We say for Sierra Leone and we problem.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you very much. as they lay case to rest, we serve the lady program to rest here for today. Thank you very much for calling in. We're very sorry for the calls that we can't put through. Thank you very much for watching us as well. Thank you very much, Vandy, for being here, to the entire team at Slik TV and our Epic Radio, especially those in control room. Thanks a lot, because you guys work the magic every morning for Make Day live here on air every day. Mina Mohammed Jawad, and this is where we draw down the curtain on the show here for today. But don't forget, there's a repeat broadcast coming up tonight if you missed that. But until then, just have a nice day with DJ Wonder.
Follow Speed.
Yeah. Avatar. You say you competent, grab the mic with confidence and prove yourself. You say you competent, grab the mic with confidence and prove yourself. You say you competent, grab the mic with confidence and prove yourself. This na cipher, no room for laziness. Upline to fit on real rappers for coming. Make John tell sorry instead for tell I mean. From then I feel so free, you mind where you they do you think the brutal. Explicit words, no need for the witty. Now just so plenty go the be. I'm not just saying it, so start for study now, ready for slay the beat. Topic then go wide, so play with punchlines and double flip. I conscious and I take notes for MCs where they 8 kill it. Don't need for touch you come be. Make it not end up as snap a kick. The one the wiki make more time. Don't come for show yourself like how you go. We don't cover for long, they want show your face. Go hard and play, show them you way you need for like na dark on you really straight. Oh yeah, the time you need you get with we make this unique, this opportunity really big. So get your book ready, show you talent, get money. Make mama proud, show the world say you not somebody.
Hello guys, it's CJ Mark, Afro beat artist from Freetown, Sierra Leone, on channel 37